energy prices have doubled, gasoline prices have doubled since this president came into office. Now look, for a state like Louisiana that produces a lot of oil and gas, rising energy prices in the short term may be helpful to the short-term economy and in terms of revenues and jobs, but the reality is, if we're serious about rebuilding a manufacturing economy in this country, if we're serious about allowing American families to have the money they need to pay for other essentials, we can't continue to have these escalating energy prices. You asked what the president can do. Several things he shouldn't be doing. For the last few years now, he's been slowing down the leasing activity, both offshore and onshore. When you look at oil and gas leasing on public lands, they talk about the record production here domestically. What they don't tell you is how much of that activity is taking place on private lands. What they don't tell you is how much of that activity is based on decisions made before he became president. A lot of energy, the president himself talked about how it's really energy prices are being driven now by the sense of future risks, not the current supply and demand imbalance. Well, one of the things the president can do is create a predictable environment for energy production. Hasn't done that with permitting and leasing. Even now, in the offshore, not just onshore, but the offshore, we're still not back to a normal permitting level of activity. We're not even back to a normal leasing level of activity in the offshore, in the Gulf. We're still below where we were pre-BP spill. Secondly, as an administration, they can send a clear signal that fracking, and these new hydraulic fracking procedures, which have revolutionized our supply of natural gas, that they're not going to shut down these supplies of natural gas. And that's incredibly important. You look at the price of natural gas, while we're all looking at the price of oil and gasoline, the price of natural gas, it's $2.30, $2.40. It was $13, $14 back in 2008. It makes a tremendous difference if you're a steel manufacturer, if you're a fertilizer company, if you're a plastics company. It makes a tremendous difference if you're using natural gas to heat your home. It makes a tremendous difference for those using natural gas to fuel their vehicles. This administration can send a clear signal that they understand that fracking is a safe way for us to produce energy. They're not about to shut that down. There's tremendous concern in the industry. And these are huge when you talk about multi-year capital investments, companies are looking for certainty.